Welcome back, man. Day 31, Power Influence. You're doing fucking great. Let's keep going. So, yesterday we talked a lot about scarcity. We talked about the loss aversion bias. We talked about a lot of big ideas in abundance, like this big abstract shit. And I like abstract things. It's good to kind of detach and understand how something works. But if you want results in the real world, right? If you want hotter girls, more money, more sales, more power, more control, more influence, more everything, you got to know how to actually use this stuff. So let's talk about that right now. So what is one way or one technique to use scarcity in your social life? How about I give you three? All right, how about I give you three? Number one, the way that you're going to be using scarcity in your social life 90% of the time will be with your invitations and using scarcity through social demand. All right, scarcity through social demand. Remember we talked about that guy before? Okay. You're going to use it as this is you, okay? And you have all this demand from people who want your time, they want you, right? Social demand. So when you send out invitations to people for things or whatever, okay, there is always a limited availability because other people want to go, okay? Because other people. It's limited because other people. So for instance, invitations that are limited to a certain amount because that's how many, let's say, the party bus holds and X, Y, Z are already coming. These people are already coming. That gives it way more value and more scarcity all the way through social demand. Okay, so let's say you're taking, it's your friend's birthday and you guys got a party bus or a party limo and there's 14 of you that can fit on the thing, right? And there's 7 of your guy friends and you have 3 girls coming and you have 4 more spots left. And you invite 15 girls, okay? You should always over-invite, everyone knows that, right? We totally over-invite all the time. And so you invite 15 girls and you should let them know that 10 people are already going, right? So we only have 4 spots left, so let me know when you get this if you can make it, right? So if you just said, we're going on this party bus limo for his birthday to these bars and stuff, it's gonna be a great time, do you wanna come? You have average value, okay? You have green randomness value, right? You have average value. I'm not impressed by that value of that offer. Okay, it's not very incentivized, it's not a high value offer. All you would do is literally you add scarcity to it and you mention in that invitation that because social proof, because 10 other people are already going and we only have 4 spots left, make sure you let me know now because they'll probably all be gone by tomorrow. Something as simple as that. Does everyone just feel how the value of that offer goes up instantly? It like doubles instantly. Now you have the value up here because you just simply added scarcity to the offer. So for a girl you're keeping, let's say, in your social circle, if you say something like, I have dinners Wednesday and Friday, but I can do Thursday, first round's on me, okay? Do you see how I just use scarcity to increase the value of that invitation? So you want to take her out for dinner on Thursday, and you text her and you say, hey, I got dinners Wednesday and Friday this week, but I'm free Thursday, let's go, first round's on me. Everyone see how in a very high value, and it's a cool way to do it because you're like, first round's on me, right? I know, what you're really saying is, I know I'm busy as fuck, everyone wants to hang out with me, I understand, but I still want to see you Thursday, and I know my value is so high right now, so don't worry about it, first round's on me. That's really the sub-communication that's going on there. All right, but that right there, you can use that invitation with everyone you know for the rest of your life, and you will see yeses far more often. If you were getting girls 1 out of 3 to say yes before, you add that in, now you're getting 2 out of 3. All right, you just doubled your dick activity. Congratulations. You're welcome. On behalf of Team Capital. So what's one way to use it with females? Okay, so this was a fucking interesting study. You guys are gonna like this. So what they did was they wanted to test out if people, well, I'll just tell you what they did. So they put people in a room, okay, one person sitting at a table like Rick is here, and they put a cookie jar in front of him. Now what they did was they had him take the cookie out of the jar, eat a cookie, and then rate how good it was, okay? Here's what they did though. They had 2 separate things going on here. So they had one group do that where in the jar, there were 10 cookies in the jar in front of you, and you picked one, ate it, rated it. The other group, same thing, but there were only 2 cookies in the jar. So he's picking 1 out of 10, other group is picking 1 out of 2. After they rated it out, let me see if I can put the exact number here. I didn't get the exact number. I think it was 2 to 3 times higher where they took the cookie from the jar of 2, they rated it as better tasting 2 to 3 times better. 2 to 3 times better. Same cookies. They were no different. The only difference was you were picking 1 out of 10 and he was picking 1 out of 2. Because it was more scarce, his subconscious rated it more valuable. So what does this mean for you with women, right? By the way, I call that the cookie test, if you want to remember that study. It's called the cookie test, okay? Here's what I took from that, okay? You should be meeting women at venues where high-value men are scarce. You should be meeting women at places where your competition is scarce, right? Because that way, you're a cookie in a group of 2 instead of a group of 10. Does it make sense to everybody? It's shocking. It's mind-blowing. And girls will tell you that it makes no difference, just like the people in the study will tell you that it made no difference that there were 10 cookies versus 2. Bullshit. All right, it's not you. It's your subconscious. This is your brain. This is what it's doing. Okay, so you should be meeting women in places where other high-value men aren't there, are scarce, right? Where could a place like that be? Any ideas from the audience? Place where you can meet women where high-value men are scarce, where it's mostly women. Bookstore? Bookstore's okay. Where else? What's that? Yoga class is a good one. Yoga class would work. Where else?
Painting, ceramics.
A painting, yeah, like an art store, right? Or how about an art gallery, right? Art gallery is good. There, see, that's what I'm thinking about, yeah. Dude, I don't want to say the name of the bar because I'm not getting paid for it, but Aqua Lounge Newport, you should probably check it out, all right? Dude, Aqua Lounge is so intense that the Cougars there, by the way, Orange County is like the Cougar capital of the country. It is insane. But you'll walk around there and there's a dance floor in like the middle of this hotel lounge and it turns into a crazy fucking club at night where it's just all fucking Cougars, okay? And they are hot. These bitches, I swear to God, are hotter at 45 than they were at 25, okay? There's some really good plastic surgery going on in Orange County. It's impressive.
I just wrote that down.
Did you?
Yeah.
You'll love it, yeah. Especially when you tell them you're a plastic surgeon, dude. It's not even fair, yeah. You'll be injecting them in multiple ways that night, okay? But you'll walk around the dance floor. These Cougars are so thirsty that they will, on the dance floor, I'm walking out of the bathroom, the first time it's ever happened to me, this like hot blonde, she's probably 48, make eye contact with her and she's clearly like giving me the eyes, but as I walk by her, she rips out her hand like this, and she just squeezes my fucking package as I walk by. Didn't even look me in the eyes. It hurt. I felt violated. Just squeezed it. It's like to feel like, what's there, right? And then I just kept walking and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened right now? And I come back later and I see her doing it to other people on the dance floor. Fucking crazy. All right, fucking crazy. So anyways, who here wants to go to the Aqua Lounge now? Yeah. Let's go. Okay, good. So the other place that I'm thinking about, the hair. Thank you, sir. We good?
Almost.
Which one?
Just pulling out the side like a little bit.
Good? No? All right, whatever. I'm just going to roll with it. I don't really care. All right, so the other place I thought about, okay, would be strip clubs. Okay? I think strip clubs are really good. The reason I said that was places where high-value men are scarce. When's the last time you were at a strip club and you saw a bunch of cool dudes hanging out there? For real. Think about that, right? It doesn't really happen. Okay, so the last couple months I've been spending a lot of time at like Spearmint Rhino, and we're just cleaning up, like just crazy stuff. Did I talk about that in the intro video? Did I mention this at all? Is this ringing any bells? In the Power Influence intro video? What was it?
You talking about Hooters?
Hooters. I didn't talk about Rhino. Okay, there was just been crazy stuff where strippers are like full blown. Gonna get into fights with my girlfriend and stuff like that. Because we bring her there and she's like, that's my girlfriend. Like, we have a lot of fun together. We like flirting with other girls and we'll go back to the other rooms and stuff like that. Like, that's all cool. But some of them will just like, they'll bring back, multiple times where they brought back, they leave because they're mad when they find out I have a girlfriend. Like, angry mad, right? They come back with like a bisexual or lesbian stripper and they try and force her on my girlfriend to distract her so they can spend more time talking to me. It's happened multiple times now. And these girls, like, when you tell them, like, once they do that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really attracted to neediness. Sorry. You should probably go now. And once you do that and they get a little pissed, they're like, dude, You've never seen an angry woman until you've seen an angry stripper, okay? Strippers, like a scorned stripper, like hell, what's the quote? Hell hath no fury like a scorned woman. Hell hath no fury like a scorned stripper, all right? They got it wrong. All right, these bitches are crazy. But the thing is, I go in there, I know game, right? You guys are on Team Capital, you know game. You're a completely different person than any guy that you ever meet there, right? So boom, now you have that working in your favor plus the fucking cookie test. You're more valuable automatically, simply because of the contrast bias. Look at all the other losers here and look at me, and they all want everything from you. I mean, give a shit. It works. Okay, so that's one. Number two, the finding fault method. This one I discovered a long time ago. And what I would do is, when you're at that point where you're attracted, or a girl's attracted to you and you guys are having a good conversation, and you're connecting and there's that vibe going on, but you haven't hooked up with her yet, and you're at the same bar, right? And you isolate her, right? So you isolate the girl, you want to get her alone. Obviously, she won't hook up with you in front of her friends, so you got to get her alone first. And you sit down with her and you ask her a question. You play the questions game. You just ask her a question, something as simple as, so like, tell me, like, what's like the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? You know, like I find like girls who can be open about stuff are really cool. Like, so I'm curious, like, what's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? Okay, so of course you sit there and you're like, so tell me, what is it? So you're leaning back and she gives you the whole story, 1-2 minutes, whatever. And when she finishes, you just look at her and you go, wow, I was not expecting that. Listen, it was really nice meeting you. See you later. You just walk away, right? Talked about this yesterday. And then boom, she pulls you back by the arm, and now she's physically escalating on you, and good things happen quickly from there, right? So it's the finding fault method. All you're gonna do, and you can do it later on like I did, or even in the first couple minutes, is you just look for something embarrassing about her. Look for a fault about her, anything what it is, and then use it as a reason to excuse yourself and never talk to her again, okay? Incredible attraction technique. All right, incredible attraction technique. And by the way I did it there, did I engage her emotionally first before I did it? So we talked for half an hour first, right? And then she's emotionally investing in me, so now there's an emotional engagement. Now scarcity works better on her than if I just done it right away. So I do it later, she's engaged, she tells me this whole thing, this whole nightmare story of her as a child or whatever it is, and I'm just like, all right, see you later. As I take myself away, scarcity. Right? Loss aversion. She valued me somewhat. She valued me a lot when I'm sitting down with her. She values me 3 times as much when she sees that she's losing me. Now I got her completely. Everyone see how all that works? Very cool. And lastly, be less available, of course, physically and through text. Most of you guys know this already, but it's an important reminder. Just never forget that, right? You should always never be fully available, be less available physically, in person, and through text. And again, you guys remember I talked about yesterday how I have some friends who like work in nightlife, and they literally spend their days on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, right? And there's all this PUA advice out there that's like, don't be so available. You want to make yourself look like you're busy all day. Well, these guys like post 30 times a day on different stuff, and they have no problem getting girls, right? So like I said, be less available through text, physically, but social media, you can be as available as you want. That's kind of the good divider there, okay? We talked about that yesterday, especially mirror exposure effect, right? So you should have scarcity through text, you should have scarcity through phone, you should have scarcity through email, business, all that stuff. But social media, you can be available as much as you want. So what about business and money? One of the most important things you can do. Well, I'll start with a question. Who here has ever been in a lunch meeting, a dinner meeting, or any kind of meeting, even a 10-minute call with someone on the phone to talk about business, where it went on for longer than you wanted it to? Where you just kind of end up talking and it's kind of aimless and it's purposeless after a while, and it's just like, oh my God, how much longer do I have to listen to this kind of thing? This is going to take an extra 20 minutes every time. All you want to do, okay, is announce start and end times before you begin, okay? And you do this because of social demand, right? Dude, I'm really excited to talk about this with you. I just want to let you know beforehand so you're not caught off guard. We got to be done right at 4:15 because I have this appointment I got to get to right away. Right? And you just let them know right away before you begin. If you tell them during, it's harder to get away, but you just let them know right before we're going to start. So if someone wants to get on the phone with me or whatever and they're trying to set up a time, I'll tell them, yeah, dude, next Wednesday, 3:20 to 3:30, I can totally do it. That right there. So now I don't have to waste time, et cetera, on the phone. But also, what did that just do for my value? Skyrocketed, right? You seem way more valuable because you're scarce. Your availability is scarce, right? So that's important. And then also, of course, like I said, any product, any service, whatever it is, if you need to find a way to introduce scarcity to it. So they understand it will not be around forever. This deal will not be available forever. This product will not be available forever. And you always want to add a reason why it won't be available forever. And ideally, the best reason is because of social demand, right? I only have 100 copies of this. We've already sold 74. So you want to make sure that you jump on it now, because it will probably be gone by tomorrow, because so many guys are going after it right now, right? Girl, you better hop on this dig tonight, because there are a lot of girls text me right now, right? And one of them looks like girlfriend material, right? 200 spots available for the Badass Mentor Retreat in Vegas. We've already sold 164 tickets, I think. Dude, there's only 36 left. If you haven't gotten a ticket yet, you should probably grab it now, Austin. So it's, scarcity, right? Scarcity. Just remember that, right? Everything should have scarcity. Everything should be using scarcity. Final tip technique here, okay? This is called the scarcity on scarcity method. All right, we're stacking scarcity now. Scarcity on scarcity. Studies continue to find that making the scarcity intel itself scarce makes it more valuable, okay? The actual communication that something is scarce, making that piece of information scarce on its own, makes the whole thing seem more valuable. So for example, there's a news report that comes out that a show in Vegas will be ending very soon. So there's a show called Absent that's one of the most popular shows in Vegas right now. All right, it's pretty fucking funny. If there's an announcement that comes out that this is its last month on the strip and then it's gone forever, tickets will skyrocket instantly, okay? Everyone understands that, right? Because it's scarce, this is their last chance, value skyrockets, people buy it. But if there's a news report that comes out saying that Absent will be ending, but in the news report they say that we can't divulge who we heard this information from, but it's from a reliable source close to the show. We can't actually even reveal their name either. We probably shouldn't even be telling you this right now, right? And then they tell you what's gonna happen. Research shows that it's about 3 times more valuable when framed that way, as opposed to just sharing the scarcity itself. So saying this show will be ending next month is scarce, and that works. It's 3 times more valuable when you say that, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard through someone close to this show, please don't share this with anybody else, but the show will be ending this month, so you probably wanna go see it now. Okay? See how I framed that piece of intel as scarce on its own? Don't tell anyone, I shouldn't be telling you this, that kind of thing. Okay, so it's the scarcity on scarcity method. So that'd be even me, let's say I'm sending out an email saying that there's 36 tickets left for the Badass Mentor Retreat in Vegas. If I somehow find a way to frame that piece of information as scarce itself, please do not share this with anyone else. I don't want any other guys knowing about this, because then someone from Team Capital will buy the ticket, and not you. So please keep this between us. Keep it on the hush hush. There's only 36 tickets left. The scarcity, it like multiplies itself. Okay, so it's the scarcity on scarcity method. Just something to think about. You don't have to use it every time, but it's a really good, it's a little juicy bit of intel for you to know. So on that note, that'll wrap it up for the techniques. I will see you guys tomorrow.